Hello, poets! Today, during your poetry lesson, you're going to understand the elements of a Diamante poem and then write a Diamante poem. And Diamante means diamond. So your poem is actually going to take the shape of a diamond, which is pretty cool. And the other cool thing is that since you learned about cinquain poems yesterday, you're going to be very well prepared for writing a Diamante poem because we're actually going to use a lot of the same recipe for a cinquain poem, except this one is a little bit longer and there's a few differences that we'll learn about. So let's get started. A Diamante poem is a 7-line poem that is diamond shaped, and you can see this diamond shape here, and you can also see it happening up here with the directions. So the recipe for a Diamante poem is, like I said, very similar to a cinquain poem. The first line is a noun or whatever your topic is going to be. And remember that a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. Line 2 is 2 adjectives describing the subject. Line 3 is 3 words ending in ing that relate back to the subject, so those action words. So this might sound really familiar because this is the same as a cinquain here. Line 4 has 2 words that describe the subject and then 2 words that describe its opposite. And those words should be nouns. And then line 5 has 3 words that end in ing that relate to the opposite. Line 6 has 2 words describing the opposite of the subject, so 2 nouns and then the opposite. So here's our example, and I'll walk you through it when it's your turn. So we have lion, majestic, proud. Those words describe lion. Roaring, snarling, prowling. Mane, muscle. So those are 2 nouns that relate to lion. But now we start relating to its opposite. Fleece, fluff. Bleeding, leaping, grazing. Meek, gentle. Lamb. So you can see how it changed from lion to lamb, and here is where the change happened. So they used these ellipses, these 3 dots, to help us understand where the change happened. So let's get started. First, you need to grab something to write with and something to write on. Feel free to pause this video when you go do that. And then once you've got something to write on and write with, you're going to choose a noun to write about. So remember that a noun is a person, place, thing, or idea. And you also need to brainstorm what its opposite is before you decide to start writing the rest of this poem, because you're going to need to know that in order to write the rest of this. Okay, so do you have your noun and its opposite? Fabulous. Let's keep going. Your second line is going to be 2 adjectives that describe line 1. So remember, adjectives describe nouns. And try to make them amazing adjectives. Really get excited about the words you choose. All right, once you've got your adjectives, your third line will be 3 ing verbs relating to line 1. And remember that verbs are action words. Once you've got your 3 verbs, your next line, you're going to come up with 4 nouns. 2 of them need to relate to line 1. So remember, nouns are persons, places, things. And then you need to come up with 2 nouns about your opposite. Line 7 is your opposite. So for example, if my first line was happiness and I was writing a poem about happiness, then my nouns for this line, for line 4, could be smiles and laughter. And then tears and heartache, because I'm thinking about the opposite of happiness being sadness. And then from there, the rest of the lines go in backwards order from the way we started this poem. So we go 3 ing verbs, 2 adjectives, 1 noun, but we're focusing on the opposite that you brainstormed already before writing this poem. All right, once you've got your Diamante poem, you might look at it and notice that it's in the shape of a diamond, because remember that Diamante means diamond, and now you've got your very own, and you'll be writing another one later today. All right, have a great day, poets.